Hello everyone, welcome. I guess we'll get started so we have enough time to play, because I did bring some cardboards here today, so if you don't have a cardboard with you, you'll have a chance to check them out maybe for the first time and have some fun with them. I'm Ron Collett, I'll be your presenter today, and I have this Google Doc I'm going to work off of. If you want to get it now, you certainly can. If you want to get it later, either you can scan the QR code or you can type in the tinyurl.com/NYSCATE cardboard. Either way, if you want to get at it. I have some links there that kind of be my outline as I walk us through all of this today. So if you want to grab that, that's certainly fine. Great, we're coming your way for the, I'll put the QR code down if you want to grab the QR code. That's great. There you go. Phone's ready. Awesome. So I'm also screencasting this session as well. So anything that I say today will be part of a video that I'll put on this Google Doc. So if you don't really want to take notes down, you just want to relax and watch this, you can listen to this all over again if you really like to. Maybe you don't want to, but anyway, so we'll have some fun with this today. So this is kind of a nice, neat, new emerging technology using cardboard in the classroom. I started that this year with my students, and it's just a lot of fun. So I wear two hats. I'm a high school teacher at Clarence High School, where I teach mostly American military history, some AP World, some Civil War classes, some sociology classes. So we've been using cardboard a lot with my students, sometimes on a daily basis, on a big project with them. But I'm also here wearing a hat. I'm also a assistant or adjunct professor at Canisius College, so where I teach graduate students how to use technology in the classroom, an online master's degree in EdTech. So I wear both hats. So with that said and done, I've always looked to promote our program. So you want to learn more about our program, you can click on here, a little video about me and what we do. And these are all our social media links. What I'm really excited about is that we are doing another EdTech Summit. And this went to the one at Clarence Middle last year, done by the EdTech team, a Buffalo Google Summit. We're doing the second annual one this year at Canisius College. So here's all the information about the summit, August 4th and 5th. And we are raffling off at the end of the day today a complimentary registration, which is about a $300 value. So if you're here by the end of the day, if you get tickets in, and you win that, you come join us at that great Google Summit this August 4th and 5th. So those are all of our information there for you. Okay, so with that said and done, just quick show of hands. How many of you know what cardboard is at least? Right? You're like, what's this stuff? Okay, cool. There's this guy walking around with these big boxes of cardboard recycling. I thought, hey, this guy might be research my session. But no, he didn't come to my session. Anyway, besides that, how many of you have ever used cardboard before? Some of you have actually used it. Awesome. Any of you actually own your own cardboard? Cool. Deal. Awesome. Some of you don't. You can play around with these today. So I'm going to guide you through all the steps and save some time at the very end of our session so you can play and experiment and have some fun as well. So this link, you don't have to really go to it right now. It's just the Google link, how to get cardboard, all the different cardboard vendors. Students can actually download the cardboard plans. So if you have some of those great techie students who are maybe in some of those engineering classes and computer design classes, they can make their own cardboards. It's pretty easy. Not a lot of materials are actually involved in it, so it's kind of a nice thing to get yourself into, nice project. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to talk about a few different apps. Really, cardboard, you must need your phone, either iOS or Android. Usually the Apple folks feel empowered, but the Android phone actually works a little bit better with cardboard since Google made it. Therefore, there's some advantage in having an Android phone with using cardboard, but you can work across both platforms. You can get these now if you want, or you can get them later. The Cardboard app, Google Cardboard app, I put the links to the Google Play Store right on the document, and also the iTunes Store if you want to go there, as well as the App Store. And then another couple apps that I'm going to go over today is the Google Street View app. How many of you have ever tried to find your house on Google Maps? You're like, oh, look at that's like from like 5 years ago. You don't have that car anymore. All the kind of weird things how they have, right? Well, there's a great Street View app, which works awesome with cardboard. So when we're all trying to find our house, now that becomes a really immersive experience with the actual cardboard unit. So we'll look at that today. And what's really cool about this, I love this about Google, they want you to create your own, right? Have you create things. So there's some great apps to make your own cardboard sort of experiences, and this is the Cardboard Camera. And I'll show you some examples of that today as well, the Cardboard Camera, which is really kind of cool. So it's very super easy to actually use. You can create your own panoramic 360 views. which is absolutely awesome. And so keep that in mind as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do first, I think, I was kind of going back and forth about this. This is the first time I've ever presented on cardboard. And wasn't sure about the Wi-Fi. So what I did is I actually made a video, a screencast from my phone. Let me kind of refresh this a little bit. That's my phone. Rather than actually mirroring my phone, wasn't sure how the Wi-Fi would work with that. So I have an Android phone. And there's a great app that you can actually make a video off your phone. It's a screencast. So I made a video on my phone. I'm just going to pause and I'm going to walk you through how you can use cardboard and these apps on your phone. So I have all my stuff organized. Here's my little cardboard, stuff right there. If I press play, that will open up what I have here. So I have a bunch of apps. I mostly use the cardboard app. I also use the cardboard camera app. I love the Street View app. I'm part of a beta testing program. I'll get you in a little bit. Google's doing something called Expeditions, where Google is creating units where you can, as a teacher, guide students through a tour using cardboard. I'll get to that at the very end. And you can always play around. If you like Star Wars, my daughter, who's 7 years old, we're having a lot of fun with this. There's a whole Star Wars app on cardboard and very immersive experience. So there's a lot of really great things out there. So what I'm going to walk through now is the cardboard app. I'm clicking on the cardboard app. When you click on the cardboard app for the very first time, here is the sort of menus displays of the cardboard app. The cardboard demo I'll show you in a moment is absolutely awesome. It will guide you through using cardboard for the very first time with your phone. Then there's also the YouTube 360 channel, which people are creating 360 videos, which are absolutely awesome to watch on cardboard. Because here you are watching the video, and as you look around, it's a different everywhere you look around. You're actually in the scene, basically, which is really pretty neat. The cardboard camera, there's some roller coaster apps and some other things. And there's also that Street View app that I also mentioned earlier. Okay? So right now I'm going to click on the cardboard demo app. I'll wait till the video kind of gets to that point. Oh no, these are more apps. There's tons of cardboard related apps for virtual reality, aquariums and roller coasters, bowling, and other really kind of neat things out there. So that's how that looks from the phone. Now here's the cardboard app. Now it's going to sort of, the minute you put it in cardboard mode, you're going to see that it tells you to put your phone on its side, so then you can actually put it inside the actual viewer. I'll get to the viewers in a moment, and what you got to be careful with, because we already learned some things with these viewers. Okay, so the phone's going to go into the cardboard app. It's going to switch around, wait for it to turn around. So the video kind of walks us through that a little bit. Okay, and you can also switch your viewers the first time you switch on. I have more of the plastic viewer, but you actually just take a QR code and you scan the QR code on your viewer. That's how it links your phone with the actual viewer. Super, super easy. And now, let me just pause this. This is kind of cool. This is how it actually looks. I know it looks weird, especially if you're in the back of the room, but when you look through the cardboard viewer, that all becomes one, right? Okay, so I have this Oculus View, this sort of, two lenses here. But there's actually a menu inside the cardboard. And as you turn your head, it highlights each menu aspect. And on this version of cardboard, it has this little magnet on the side where if you get to a part of the menu that you like, you just slide the magnet down and it clicks on it. So you don't have to take your phone out and press things. You can do it all from within inside the cardboard viewer. Okay, so what I'm showing you here now is they have some really cool things. Right now, I highlight on Earth. You've all been to Google Earth, right? Played around with that? It's really neat with the keys. Because as you look to the space, it takes you to outer space, and then you look down on the Earth and you look around and you can find different points on the globe to kind of zoom in on. And once you click it, it zooms you back down into Earth. Now, your very first time you use these, be careful. Don't do it too much, because you might be dizzy, you might feel a little sick. I've had students on our very first day with these, also like, wow, I don't feel well. They're like, kind of like sit down. A couple students really got affected by it. Most were fine, but just warn your students that it does sort of, give you that very much a real experience. So they might feel a little woozy if they look at it a little bit too much. So just be careful of that. All right. So I'll press play again. Now it has a link. What is it? Oh, this is the exhibit. They have some really cool things with the exhibit. You can go through like the Palace of Versailles, room by room by room, other major museums. Some really cool things they're building into this. Right now it's focused on my videos, This is really kind of cool. At this point, I don't know if it's on iOS yet. It's nothing on Android. Any video you have on your phone, you can now scroll through that, and you can watch your video in this kind of immersive experience. Now, it's not a 360 video. It might not be all the way around, but it looks really neat to watch any of your old videos through the Cardboard app. It really kind of takes you into the video, which is really kind of exciting. All right, these are called photospheres. I'll get to those in a moment, where you can make your own 360 panoramic shots, which is really awesome. And they have a really new one called Arctic something. I haven't looked at it yet. If you want to go see some polar bears, you can hang out with them for a little bit. And that's just like the demo. It just gets you acquired to using it and get you accustomed to it. Now I'm going to click on now. I remember how I did this. I think I'm going to take you to the YouTube app. Now the YouTube 360 channel app is really kind of neat because these are all 360 videos. You can search for different topics. So people have great 360 cameras, and they can circle and do these kind of great videos. I clicked on the gorilla one really quickly. And when it opens it up, you turn your phone to the side, you get that big view of it. And what you're going to see here is, in a moment, this little symbol. You're seeing this little symbol all the time now. Did everybody see that? I know that kind of went by fast. I'm sorry. Let me kind of back up a little bit. I should probably pause that. Pause it. This little symbol you're seeing all over the place now. It's a little cardboard symbol. You're going to now see it on any YouTube video. You just go to YouTube, and you put your phone in that side view, you see a little cardboard. That means you can put any YouTube video now into a cardboard mode, which is awesome. It doesn't have to be 360, it can be any video. So it really puts the students in this kind of great immersive experience. So once you hit that little cardboard button, it divides it in half. And now you're in the jungle. And this is completely 360. You look up, you look down, you look all around you. There's some gorillas. There's one intro video that the gorilla jumps out at the students, and you all know when they're watching because they all like jump back, which is really hilarious to watch them do that. It's really kind of neat. So I'm not gonna show the whole thing, but that's how this actually looks, which is kind of exciting. And you can scroll through some more and go through them all, and that's back to the YouTube app. Okay, so now the other one, which is really kind of neat, is the Google Street View app. Okay, so I'm going back to Cardboard, and I'm going to Google Street View. I just clicked on it, and there's the Google Street View app. Now, this is kind of neat, because anywhere you see dots, anywhere around the world, as you pinch and zoom out and pan around it, it will show you at the bottom there the results, and they're all panoramic 360 shots. Okay, so you can go anywhere you want in the world. So think about for coursework, whether it be social studies, whether it be for science, whether it be for anything. Now you can go to any little place. I just scroll from the bottom up, and I can click on this one, and we can go deep sea diving. And this is just a photograph. It has the cardboard symbol at the top. Everybody see it? You click on it. Now I put it in that view, and now I am going everywhere. If a photo has the arrows, this means that if you stop, you press down that little button on the side of the cardboard, it will then take you forward. I just clicked on it, it took me forward. Clicked on it again, it takes me forward. So you can basically explore anywhere you want to actually go, which is really kind of neat. Again, if you go on Google Maps and you do the street view, it's the same interface. Click that little button, takes you down to the street. This takes you in the same place as well. Does that make sense? Okay? So, I mean, the first time you do this, the first time your students do this, we just had a day of fun. So let's just have fun with these, play, whatever you want, and they were just having a great time. And the next day, we do actually how we're going to use this in our courses. So that's how that all works out. And again, you can explore anywhere you actually want to go. I typed in Niagara Falls on my phone, and I went to the American side, move it Canadian side, I had a little more. Let's keep it US side. And then that's just Niagara Falls, right? And I just searched, and some people upload them. These are all people making their own content. They just upload it, and this is Niagara Falls at sunset, Native Mist boat tour. Same kind of idea. And then once you put it in cardboard mode, it takes you right through the falls. You can look around the falls. Now you don't see it, and kids love this. This guy has no head. He has no body. Sometimes they'll wipe out people if they're too close because of privacy issues. So you see a lot of that, like headless people, and it's always kind of fun. That guy's no head. Kids get all excited about that. Yeah, it's kind of fun. So you might see yourself one day on here. Oh my God, that's me. I was there that day. All right, but anyway, so there's the whole, the bottom of the falls where the May the Mist takes off from, and there's the sunset and so forth. So pretty neat stuff. Okay, so from this point, let's get out of this a little bit. So that's the Street View app, and you can find people's profiles, and you have all your own stuff uploaded. Now what I did, there's also this at the very bottom here. There's that plus button. Everybody see a little plus button at the very bottom? And if you click on the plus button, let me pause that. You have some options. There are things called Spherical Cameras. Desperately want one, but my wife's going to justify the $200+ to have a 360 camera that I'm going to use once in a while. But it sounds kind of fun, where you can take this with your phone, and I'll show you that, where you can actually get to circle around and take all the sides of it. With these 360 cameras, you just hold it up and press click, and it just does it automatically. And there's great video. They also have 360 video with these cameras as well. Or you can import a photosphere, or they have the actual camera part of the app. Now, they're doing a lot of experimenting with this. There's the Google Cardboard Camera app, which I'm going to show you. There's also a camera app inside Google Street View. They are very different. Okay, they are very different. And they don't communicate yet, which is a little bit frustrating, but they'll work that out. So if you take a spherical photo with the Google Cardboard Camera app, which I did, we went on a field trip to Fort Niagara, and I used the Google Cardboard app, and I did all these great 360 shots, they don't show up in here. And I was very upset, oh, come on. And you can't really share them anywhere. They just stay inside your Google Cardboard app. If you take the photo with this camera app, which is a little bit different, you actually have to click everywhere, not only around you, but in a complete 360 spherical way, which is a little bit harder to actually do. You can share it out through the Street View app, and others can actually see it. So there's a little bit of a difference, which I'll show you in a little bit here. Just keep that in mind. They will talk eventually, because they've already made a lot of improvements since I started using it with my students back in January. They've really changed a lot of things even in that short amount of time, as they always do. So that's kind of your options there, which is really kind of neat. Okay, so what else am I showing you here? Now, this other app, there's the Google Cardboard Camera app. Now these are the ones that I took the other day. We went to Fort Niagara, took my students there. I took all these shots myself while I was there. And the Google Cardboard Camera app is very different. You press the button and it just tells you to move slowly, and you just move in a complete circle around you, and it processes it all by itself. The Street View camera app, you have to click this, and then you have to click up over you, and it's a little, you gotta get used to actually doing that. The Cardboard Camera app is very easy, but it doesn't give you a full 360 sphere. It gives you a panoramic 360, but not really above you and below you. Does that make sense? So the Street View app gives you the whole thing, okay? So I took all these shots with my students of the fort. I used to work at Fort Niagara. I used to be a British soldier there, so I love Fort Niagara. And who's been to Fort Niagara? Those of you have, awesome place. If you haven't, go there. So this is the top of the casemate, and I did this myself. This is my photo. The volume's too low, but it also can take sound. So when you listen to this, it actually, sorry about that. It actually takes sound too. So when you're watching it in the cardboard, you can hear the birds, the waves of the lake, and it's an awesome experience. So it's not just visually, it's also auditory as well. So I did that myself, and you can really take your own photospheres. Okay, so that's kind of how that works. Now, last thing I'm going to show you, this is called the Explorer app. Let me explain this. Google's premise is this. They will give a teacher a tablet. Oh, it's got to be an Android tablet right now. I don't have an Android tablet. And they will give these cardboard units out that have sort of a scaled-down phone in them. Or you can do it yourself. The students have Android or iOS phones. But the tablet has to be an Android tablet. And what you do is you set it up, and students find you, and students can now log into your tour. Okay? So now you are a tour guide. So you actually set what they can view in the viewers. It's not just them looking anywhere they want to look. Your control where they look. You can point to things, you can hear things, so you can literally be a tour guide on all these different places, which is a pretty awesome concept. It's just in its beginning stages. I've been asking them to come to my school at clearance forever. I told them to fill out the form, and they always say, we'll get back to you. And they haven't come yet. But I did, they haven't come yet. I've been through it like 3 times. I did fill out the form, become a beta tester a couple of times, and I finally got it. So I got the app. You just can't go to the Google Play Store and get these apps. You have to be invited into the beta testing program. So that's how it looks when you try to set up the actual viewers. That's the Explorer app. The student will see it from that viewpoint. But we have I don't have 2 devices, so you really don't see how it actually works yet. But the other app, which I'm going to show you, is the Guide app. You just get back around. This is the Guide app. This is also very, very new. It's the beta testing program. And now they have, let's go, boom, boom, boom. Now it has to look at Gettysburg National Park. It's not just history, though. It's all these topics. San Diego Zoo, the Ann Spencer House, which I'm not sure what that is, underwater Caribbean, underwater excursion. Then they have thousands of them. And once you gotta download, it takes a little bit of time. So then you can share that tour with your students. And this is just the beginning. You know this is gonna be like awesome in like another year from now when they really get going with it. I mean, it's a game changer in the way I think. You can really bring your students virtual reality in every classroom, go on any field trip you want, at any place in the world, and that's absolutely awesome. Without having to get a bus, worry about busing fees and budgets and stuff. Yes.
About this, or are you going to continue that?
Yeah. Let me just pause it. I'm almost. Yeah. Let me just pause it. Yeah. Please go ahead.
So the expedition, I also again accept your data. I haven't even heard of it yet. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited to hear your experience with it.
Yeah.
So tell me about need control again. Am I using an Android device?
Yeah, you can use your phone to control it, but the phone's very quirky with the phone. You really need a tab to actually control it. It has to be an Android tab.
I'm not looking through the...
No, you're not.
Okay.
And you're guiding the students. Anywhere you pan on it, meaning you press and click, the students will see that in this sort of immersive 360 experience. And then you have like notes and all these tours. Like they have the full lesson plan with notes and things you should look for. And they really have built a ton into it. So I guess when they come to your school, I guess the presentation is actually awesome. That's what I've heard. So yeah, we're just the beginning of it.
Have you used it with your class?
No, because I don't have an Android tablet.
Okay.
And no one does in my school. I asked the IT guys if no one has an Android tablet. So I just been kind of just looking at it and playing around with it.
Is there sound in it as well?
Yes, there is
So
sound.
the kids would have...
Well, they can either put their earbuds in or just let it play out. But yeah, pretty awesome.
So you're not necessarily narrating your way through it, like, hey, take a look at this over here.
You could do that as well too. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's tons of capability that's brand new. So you notice we keep on working and developing it, it's going to be better and better.
Excellent.
Yeah, no problem. So you can start a tour, and on the phone it doesn't work that great. This little 00 means that no one's in your tour yet, so it keeps track of how many devices are synced with your device. So that's the premise of it. As you kind of walk your way through these tours, that you can point out things and go to different places, and that's how that works out. And they have tons like TV and studio sets. I guess there's ones where you can be part of an actual Broadway show. They shot a whole show in 360, and you're literally on the stage as everything's going around you. Isn't that awesome? I mean, they've done every curriculum area you could possibly think of. It doesn't just be like historical places. I'm doing it from a historical point of view, but there's tons and tons of stuff out there, which is absolutely awesome. Okay.
Ron, can I ask a question?
Yeah, please.
Where do you find on YouTube all these 360 videos?
Yeah, if you just type YouTube 360, they'll come up. Some of them come up, but actually through the camera app, you'll see the 360 channel. The 360 will come up as a separate YouTube icon.
Okay, but you can get it through the.
Get through that too. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's about it for the actual video. Now, let me show you how I use this with my students. Okay. I first started off with I had mostly seniors in the Civil War elective. I knew these students for about 3 years now, so we had a really great relationship. So we spent some time experimenting and figuring out how best we could actually use this. This was all new for all of us. So basically what I did, if you go to my, let me go to my Civil War course. And I'm using my phone as a hotspot here. This is a little bit easier. And where'd you go, Civil War? Oh, Civil War got archived. Schoology, so sorry. I have another one because the semester's over with. I'll show you my American military history class too. I'll come back to this. But what I did was I shared out a folder full of websites to go find historical photographs. the premise of this assignment was to find an historical photograph, take that historical photograph, and let's find a related 360 shot of it today. So how does it look today versus how it looked in 1863? The students had a lot of fun with that. And it was really kind of neat to see how things have changed and to kind of compare and contrast all that, change over time. All those skills are kind of built right into that. Now, so if I go to this, I'm showing you how you could use multiple tools with this. I'm a big Schoology fan. We can do a lot with Schoology at Clarence. But we also have Google Classroom. How many of you use Schoology? I should ask first. Sorry. Schoology users? Back row. Awesome. How about Google Classroom users? Okay, cool. Well, I don't want this to be a PD session on Google Classroom and Schoology, but I use them both together because if you're doing anything with Google Docs, you share Google Docs, I have to use Classroom with it. So much ease of function. So what this is a Google Classroom link. I put these links on my Schoology page. So students go to my Schoology page, hit the link, and it takes them right to their Google Classroom assignment. So they don't have to go to one spot. They go to Classroom, go to Schoology, all over the place. So here is our Google Classroom assignment. It's coming up here. It's slow. Give it a second. I want to show you what they look like. I have some examples here too. Hop over to the guest network. Is the guest network going pretty well? Is it pretty quick? Here we go. Okay. So here's Google Classroom. Here's my feed, and here's the actual assignment that's being shown here. I might switch over, I guess. Let's switch over. Do you have to put a password in for guest or not?
You just have to check a box that says you accept.
All right. Switch out of it. Unless I already remember you from last time. That was here earlier in the year. It must have. Okay, cool. So here comes Classroom. Oh, this is the box I gotta accept. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Oops. Okay, there we go. Perfect, thank you. All right, here's my Civil War class. Here's the actual stream, and here's the cardboard expedition. It was an assignment, a real simple assignment, and here are the actual instructions. So if you know Classroom, you know what I'm doing here. And if I go to this assignment, it was real simple. You had a list of specific locations you visited. You had to include the name, the street view link, and a link to a historical image. And I try to give them some directions how to actually share this. Now, when I did this, if they found a cool place straight through cardboard, it was almost impossible to share that out to the Google Doc, and it didn't really look good. There wasn't a connection between the cardboard street app and the actual web-based street app. They were still separated. So what I had to do was almost double work. Like they found the cardboard, it looked really cool. Then they had to go to the Google Street View app on the web version and find it, and it still looked the same, but it didn't communicate. Well, past like month and a half, it does. So everybody loves QR codes. Figure out a way to use QR codes seamless in between them now, which I didn't have it back then, but now it actually does work, which is pretty cool. So next time I try this, it will be a lot easier. So here is a student example. Here we go. And these guys did some really cool stuff. So they found an historical image of Fort Sumter, beginning of the war. That's a very famous photograph. It's been seen millions of times. Very usual photograph. And now they found it on the cardboard. And on the cardboard, they'll bring up the Google Maps version of it, which is, again, fine. And it looks the same way in the cardboard, when the cardboard is just so much better, because now you're actually looking through the fort, and you're seeing everything. And, I mean, when you put us in the actual cardboard viewer, we just had a ball, like looking around, looking inside the actual fort, and what a great way to actually do this. Now, let me actually go back to the map, because if you've been to Google Maps lately, there's some really cool things here. And any time, you guys know who Pegman is, right? Google Maps, little guy at the bottom here. If I click on Pegman, I drag Pegman. You see the little key there at the bottom? That's new. The key says Street View or Photosphere. So they've now matched where all the photospheres are. So if you drag your Pegman to where a photosphere is, you'll get the 360 shots, which is absolutely awesome. So you see how they're actually doing this. They're bringing it all together. They're bringing the maps together, the cardboard together. Everything's kind of coming together for this really cool virtual reality experience. So let me go back to that Google Doc. Antietam. This was an awesome photograph because that's a very famous photograph of the Battle of Antietam, bloodiest day in American history, right? And they found the Antietam like photospheres, but it was also a photosphere where you could actually walk through it. So if you're on the photosphere, it's like at the very like street view level, like we're looking at the sidewalk. And now it went away. Don't go away on me. But we actually walked, shoot, there we go. So if you go down this path, I think I'm in the right direction. I keep on going down the actual path. And if this was the cardboard view, you would be in the cardboard just clicking, 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 looking around as you click through it. And we're getting a little bit slow here. But if we go down the actual path far enough, and I don't know if I can get to it, and some of the resolutions are great. Like you can actually read the names on these monuments. I mean, and it's clear as that. So you want to do like the whole monument sort of architectural thing, which would be great. Clicking down, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we'll eventually get to the shot of this house, which is still there. So they found the house where it is today on the battlefield as the exact same house in the photograph in 1862. And that was actually awesome. So it was a cool way to bring that experience in. And these go on and on and on, and they're really kind of fun. All right. Military history course. I kind of learned from my experiences in the Civil War class. We kind of built on it a little bit for the military history course. And the military history course, I can show you through Schoology because we do have that still up. And I'll go to the Civil War module. And what I did was this: create a folder called. We read a book by a guy named James McPherson about the Battle of Antietam. So I called it McPherson Cardboard Expedition. And as we got through it, these are all the photo sites I had them look through to find cool historical photographs, which was awesome. And then these were the links to the instructions on Google Classroom, and these were the actual map. Now these instruction links were a little bit different because at the time we realized you had to share them a certain way. And I told you that they've actually changed that a little bit. So I started adding the upload and share icons. And you had to be in the Street View app. It was easier to do it on an Android phone. Go through an iOS or an iPhone 6 or whatever. You could hit the little upload button. You had to email the actual link. And it's still clunky. It's like 5 or 6 steps to get that link onto the Google Doc. And it had drive on your phone and paste it in. And it worked. But it was still clunky. So I'll show you how now I think you can really do this a lot easier with a nice QR code. Sociology course, great way to explore culture. Let's look anywhere around the world. So these students, I don't know if you guys ever tried Lucidpress. Have you tried Lucidpress before? Or Lucidchart? Lucidchart is Lucidpress. Lucidpress is awesome. And these students did this great sort of photo poster of Australia. So this is their photo poster of Australia. My sociology class on culture, and then here's the beach. Let's go to Shelley Beach, and there's the actual link. So they were looking around Australia on their cardboards, and this looks like fun today, right? Let's go to Shelley Beach, huh? I want to go back. Let's definitely go there today. So pretty awesome, and we can keep on doing all this stuff. And they went to some other places. They went to this art gallery, I think. And although this was this graffiti place, I guess there's this graffiti art place in Australia, which is really supposed to be kind of a cool place to go visit, where graffiti artists do all some neat stuff, I guess. And then I thought they went to a museum. Oh, they did. This was awesome. Because in the museum, you could walk around the museum. You can go down the corridors, into different galleries. The whole museum is like mapped out. So, I mean, from a marketing standpoint, I'm always thinking marketing. If you're a museum, what a great thing to do, right? Market your museum, have a virtual show of your museum. Now I actually want to go visit there, right? So I'm clicking around here. I can go down the halls and keep on moving around the whole museum. And It's a little cumbersome, but you're clicking and clicking and you're looking around and you're visiting some art gallery in Australia. How awesome is that? Which, you probably never get a chance to actually do it in real life. So tons of possibilities. So what I put here is you can use docs with this, drive with this, classroom with this, totally, all together. Here is the Google Expedition Explorer site, where this is all the beta programs. You want to get involved in this, go to that link. You can sign up, and if it comes to your school, that's awesome. I'll be very jealous because I'll keep on trying. But that's the idea. On the tablet, they will guide you through all these tours, and you can join the beta testing program if you want to. I put it on the link. It's just if you Google just Google cardboard expeditions, you'll get it. But if you have this document, the link is right there for you. The Google Street View and Photospheres is awesome. That's just the actual site, but now it's together. So they took the Street View and they made it kind of a separate entity, which is now tied to everything you do with cardboard. So anything you find on here, you can share out through cardboard super easily. And there's this other site that's kind of getting old now, but it still works. They're called Story Spheres. Or if you wanted your students to create their own story spheres, they could, and they can add sound and audio to them. And this is the place where they can actually create your own story sphere. You got to have a photosphere first. You create one, and then they can add audio and other elements to it. So it's a great sort of creative experience for them. And this is how we've come now a long way. These QR codes. This is super awesome. I don't have the video to actually show you. I found I was in the cardboard app, in this industry, I found some cool places. I pressed share. I shared out on my phone to a QR code generator. You can download those right on your phone. It brought the link right to the QR code generator. I upload the QR code. If any student now scans this with their phone, it will take them right to the cardboard experience. That's what I wanted about 3 or 4 months ago. Rather than clicking around and sharing links, now imagine your room, you're posting QR codes where they can actually go and visit. Now your whole room becomes an immersive experience. They can create their own QR codes in places that they've been. And now I think this is a cool way to use QR codes. I always like QR codes anyway, I think they're kind of fun. So this is even a better way. So you click on that one, and you scan it with your cardboard app, Toronto, Niagara Falls, Great Barrier Reef, and you're right into it. No sharing links and doing all that stuff. So that's kind of a fun place to actually go with it. And here's just some fun photos of my kids. And that's what, then the minute they're on, they're like, totally into it, absolutely love it. They get super into it. The classroom just becomes a fun place. We're all having a good time with all of this stuff. And they're all having a really fun time. So, yeah, good stuff. So, that's it. That's all I have for you. Okay, so any questions? If not, please come up. Now, what we've learned is they're made out of cardboard. They're made out of cardboard. So literally, they're fragile. And the ones that we have, the Velcro is really strong. So you just do this, the Velcro rips off the unit. So we all had to learn. Peel the Velcro slowly. And I had to tell students that over and over again. Peel slowly. Another thing we learned. You put your phone in here, you line it up with a little divider. Make sure your hands are over here. If they're over here and you do this, that's where your phone goes. Out there. And that happened a couple of times. Like, oh, good thing my room still got the little carpet because it didn't break. All right, so that's it. That's a good thing to remember. So you want to keep it around it. Honestly, they don't even have to even close it. Like they can just do this. So again, these cost about $7 a piece or $8 a piece. So, yeah, I mean, they're not going to last for years and years and years. But they're super awesome. So you can buy more higher end ones. I have a plastic one because for some reason my phone doesn't work with this one because the magnets in the wrong spot on the phone. I had to buy the View. Remember the old Viewmasters, right? They make a Viewmaster. It's all plastic. It puts it in there. Boom. But your phone does get hot because it puts the screen on alternate brightness automatically, so it looks really good. But it does drain the battery. So be aware of that as well. So please come up. Also, if you're interested in any grad work, we got some Canisius sheets and my card. If you need EdTech stuff, let me know. And thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it. Come on up and grab some cardboard. Thank you so much. Yeah. Have some fun and play.
I want the best one.
Yeah,
That's the best one.
that's the best one. Yeah, that's the one. I don't know what the case is, these are kind of big, you might, you gotta be careful with that. Just pull them off slowly. Because you can, those some of them are already broken, not a big deal. They're easy to fix too, because they're made on cardboard. You can take the cardboard app or the Google Street View app.
So then you want to select your, what you want.
And now you gotta switch again. Here your view. Switch your view.
Okay.
Or let's say you. It's gonna bring up like a little QR code scanner.
Okay.
Well, let's see what works. It might. Oh, this is the beginning demo. So put it in and line up with the arrows. Line up that middle part there. Now the iPhone 5 are smaller, so you gotta be careful. But now you should look through it, and it should look pretty. Does it look? Is it working? Yeah. So now you just kind of line up through the middle there. So the middle line is on that.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
There you go. There you go. And now you look around. It worked on mine. Is it up and down? Yeah, it's up and down. Are you getting to your phone? Where'd it go? Why is it oh, maybe you're upside down.
There's a hardware app.
Oh, shoot, yeah. There it goes. There it goes. You just had it around there. So now it's there you go. Now you can look and click the different apps and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it would. It would. Yeah. Yeah, because as long as it, you go into the cardboard app and stuff like that, yeah, you can download that as an iOS app. Yeah, it should. I have never tried it, but I would experiment. That would be awesome then.
I was going to ask you for sharing on the board, so, okay, my name is Allison, I'm a professor from school.
Nice to meet you. Great. Nice to meet you.
I have a third grade teacher that I'm working with right now who wants to do like a field trip on the rainforest, but this would be so much better.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like, for having like the pictures and like just how you kind of demoed on here, is that something that we could do with our smart?
Yeah, just with anything. I mean, because then you could just like, as long as you're in the Google like Street View app,
Okay.
then you can like now like you can now like search places, and you can like go places and
like whatever rainforest.
Explore, publish, do all that kind of stuff with it. Yeah.
You're online. This is updates.
I'm online. Yeah.
Okay, that's
So
what I wanted
yeah,
to make
so
sure.
you don't even need. I mean, if you just want to do it out the cardboard units, you could just do that. They're not like that much money, so yeah. But whatever. Yeah, I know. 'Cause I know it's always challenging. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is something like I could do immediately.
And then I think if you, and then especially you might want to show the people who control the purse strings this stuff, and then maybe that'd be let's do
Even
the
like
cardboard.
a set of 25 for like a class set that they can borrow.
Yeah.
I think we can buy it.
But again, I don't know if you saw my earlier presentation, if you go to the Google Cardboard link, you can actually make them yourself. They give you all the plans.
Do you have, is your presentation?
Yeah,
there's a couple
it
minutes
is.
late, I'm sorry.
No,
Is that something I could like
Yep.
scan the QR
Yep,
and
you can.
access?
Yep, you got it. There you go. There you go.
I'm
Okay?
sorry. Thank
Yeah, you're welcome. This is Amazon. Yeah, there's like a bazillion manufacturers. You might have, I don't know if the next version has it or not, so the newer versions, I don't know how the clicking works now. The newer version. Here's a Cardboard 2.0 already. They're always kind of updated. So, yeah. Please. So, the demo, right?
If I want to do one on Fort Sumter.
Okay, so you have to go to the street view.
Okay.
So the street view app now this is the app that gives you the ability to search. So now, you can do a search, and you can go up and you can go places. And once you have it, you can do a cardboard symbol, and you can like, look around. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, the demos are nice. Now you want to have the ability to find your own. Yeah.
And then you can do self-search that on your own.
Yep. Yeah.
And then what about the other apps? If I want to just use Street View for everything.
Yeah, I mean, you'll use it. You take notes to like download.
That's right. Take her around.
Yeah, just the way it, yeah.
So Street View is probably the
Street View is the one I use the most.
when you go to Versailles and all that, that's what you use.
Well, there's actually a Versailles, I know sometimes things are changing the demos.
Yeah.
Google Earth is cool too, the Google Earth app, but it's not, I use not mapped to it yet.
Okay.
But there's some really cool things there too.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. No, please. Those are great. Have some fun. There's some cool places. Places, did you work it out for you?
So we're wondering about devices.
Yeah.
Access and accessibility. No, wireless out here. We're wondering about devices in here. So they told us the best. And we could purchase a set of devices.
Scale down, pheromones,
Right. That doesn't exist yet.
There we go.
No, but we don't disturb. Probably just then you're gonna have to have it.
You will.
Let's have a model where we have previous part of the group, everybody in the room.
See, the way I got around it, I didn't have already in the shared mode.
Right.
So, you got phone, you went to school, you got a phone.
Yeah.
That's why I got it. But you're right, you got a card, you video. We'll do that on the phone, so we can do it. Now that makes.
No, I know you said already, there's
I'm the same size as the iPhone 5. They're a little smaller. I know what's up there, you can see they're really good. It's kids to that, like, figure it out, it's
that's easy.
just moving. And you're not hard.
So what is in here, other than a magnet and two lenses? Then card.
Cardboard. Once you get really good,
Get our tech glasses to magnet.
Because. Cardboard. Yeah. It's cool thing that make for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so this is the magnet.
That's the,
That's the
yeah, it slides back up. And this is the latest version, is the version. I don't know how that version selects. I haven't seen it yet.
What's the good deal?
There's a magnet somewhere in the phone. I had the phone on my phone. The magnet was down here. So it wouldn't work. So I had to go buy the VMaster one, because the VMaster is on the other side.
Right.
They're like that. Well, those kids, I know they're probably not that. Yeah.
And it's because of the card.
Hello. Yeah, you got smart cardboards, there's one right there you can play with. Yes, there you go.
Alright.
My, yeah. go inbound is under that.
By one.
Every kind of fun to do that.
Actually, so you can do notifications for yourself, right? Because I'm completing. There's a certification.
Yeah, how did you get?
I think it is. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that would be for
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I already have that master, so I look more like an
Have a great meeting.
But I love the idea of being where I feel like, yeah. I mean, you guys oh, that's you doing it. Oh, okay. So I was looking into that. I wish there was something right that already had that. I didn't even know that. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be great. Oh, okay. I think they did, yes, I was trying to spread it out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's your what was the check it out?
I did, because trying to. He has no
All right, I'll break your
Yeah, I'm pleased, yeah. Great. Then you go up. Then you go somewhere on the ball. And you just scroll up. And then you hit the cardboard. Then you go, yeah. Oh, no problem.
Sure. Okay, so here's what I have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look through it. I'm looking at the fox, okay? And then from there, it's asking you to point something down.
Hit the magnet on your
Hit the
left
magnet
side.
right here, see the little magnet?
Oh, on the side.
And like slide it down.
I'll slide the magnet down.
And then let it go. And now it will slip. There you go.
Oh, there he is, okay.
For this, same reason as the Canisius college. I forgot what it's
I'm interested in going last night.
Yeah. You like a 4-course.
Is that different than this one?
It's the same courses, it's just the first 4 courses. That gives you the, the whole thing gives you.
That's what I didn't know, stands with college education technology specialist. Yeah, we were the second graduating class in the program.
Oh, wow. You're right. Awesome. Great.
It's a really fun field.
Yes. Yes.
So it's just getting more of the buy-in for the value.
Yeah.
That's where we're kind of struggling still.
That's
It's
yeah.
coming.
Find a way to make this
Very
happen.
nice to meet you.
Awesome. Rosie, nice meeting you too. Take care. Feel free to have your questions. Yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you.
I took down your tiny arrow,
Okay, good.
so that will have, do you block URL shorteners and clearances?
Yeah, security. Yeah.
I know why they do.
Even the Google ones. Even the short Google. Even the Google ones. Yeah.
You know, at least fortunately, we're able to like this as teachers.
Good, thank you.
You know, we have a 30-minute override,
Oh,
which is nice.
yeah.
Well, because they're redirect.
Yeah.
They redirect oftentimes to, that's one of their advantages. So that's the thing you guys are the one that bothers me is filters. It's a matter of course, the filter applies to blogs.
Yes.
And you can go to a blog and say, you want this one on blog. But it should be the other way around. It should be both. And then block the ones that need it.
We were happy to find it on YouTube.
Yeah, we fit YouTube.
This is the first year video. It's just so much fun. That was nice.
And Facebook.
Ours are all, I haven't pressed Twitter. I just don't, I can't, do contact tweet.
Yeah.
They sort of see the good thing they do last Twitter.
Right.
But they still block
They
it.
don't let it. Yeah, that's. Well, thank you. This is very
Thank you so much.
informative.
I
I appreciate it.
Have a great day. Take care.
My girl goes to Clarence.
And I
She's
did-
taking her, what do you teach, AP World?
I taught it for this year, yeah. She got her exam.
Right?
Yeah, what's your daughter's name? Meyer?
Young guy like
Yeah, Meyer, yeah. Yeah, we worked together a lot. We have the
Oh,
same,
yeah,
do the same
exactly.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'll get a little.
Is it Mally?
You know?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, so she just went home sick today.
Stress.
how it
It's a
goes.
stressful week, it really is.
That's what it is,
It's a lot.
yeah.
There you go.
Thanks a lot. Nice to meet you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how would I create virtual filters for?
Once you're, I mean, you could use, well, I made the mistake. I was the filter. It's just not the way it works. It's hard to share it out. Unless they have the camera on their phone. It only works with the camera. So if I just take a picture of it right now, what's it's going to do is this. Just do that. It tells you to move. Yes. You can't, see, you got to keep in that one line.
Okay.
But now the Street View app has a camera on it as well. And it's a little bit different. If I click the plus button, camera. Now, I see it's a little bit more time. Oh,
yeah.
so you gotta see how this it works. Then I gotta go over here and it just keeps checking the dots. It takes a lot longer and it's much more.
I know, but I
But
mean,
then once you have that done, you can share that anywhere. This one you can share anywhere.
So if you're taking if you're walking around the bed, you'd be taking a long time.
Yes, that's why they have these wonderful cameras.
It's 360.
And they just, it's just one snap. And it's just, you're done. So it's something if you're thinking of, you might use it a lot, it's a great investment because they also do video, which is pretty awesome.
You think Google will rent those out or anything like that?
They're not produced by Google, they're produced by camera companies. So like Samsung has models, what's it, Ricoh or RICH, whatever that camera company is. Yeah, they have a great one, and so it's not Google making them, they're actually just,
Okay.
camera manufacturers. Yeah, they're really nice though.
Thanks.
Yeah.